Hey guys, welcome back to Style Reviews. I'm TJ, and what we're looking at is Sentinel Re-Edit number 5, Hulkbuster. This is their line of Iron Man toys, and as you can see, it comes with the box, the figure, 2 stands. One is the Hall of Armor style. It also comes with a flight stand. You really can't use on this guy. It's generic, so we're not going to go over that, but Hulkbuster himself, again, his special stand, which is really cool, as well as the instructions there. And you see the TF Source logo on the side while we're looking at the instructions here. It's actually the Toy Source, their sister site that you're going to want to order at. I just don't have that logo right now. But you can see on the instructions, one says number 4, one says number 5. It's actually number 5. I'm guessing the instructions were started before they got into production and got their orders right and stuff like that. Number 4 is actually Iron Patriot. Looking at the box, you see the artwork on the inside, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, I wish I could find a print of that and frame it. It's that nice. And then a picture of the toy itself on the back. That's pretty standard for this line and their boxes, so pretty cool. Taking a look at Hulkbuster himself here, it is a glossy metallic metal or die cast. It's 9.5 inches tall. Actually, it looks like it's just under 9. Just under 9 inches tall. So this is a 7-inch line, so that gives him a full 2 inches over the other Iron Man armors. The die cast is going to be in the chest area there, as well as the soles of his feet, and all throughout the exoskeleton. If you guys do any of the metal builds or anything like that, you'll know what I'm talking about, the metal frames. Right, just taking a look at the back of him here. I really like this. A lot of you guys are fans of the movies and stuff like that. This is a comic design, so that's why it's going to look a lot different than the other Hulkbusters you're seeing out there right now. Movies are the rage, but I like this line because I like the comics. Okay, just going over some basic posability here. Just gimmick-wise, the shoulder armor as well as the parts of his hip armor right there, they do move to give him more room for posability and things like that, of course. Really cool. So just tilting his head there, good range of motion. Being a dome head and all. Alright, moving that shoulder armor out of the way again. Full rotation of the shoulders here, and they even move forward and backwards. He has a great range of motion there. It's insane. So looking at the bicep swivel, it does have a full 360 degrees. No need for that though. We're looking at both of the elbow joints. They are double jointed. And the fingers are just really cool. So each of them have 3 to 4 points of articulation. Really tight joints too. Surprisingly tight. I don't really go over it, but it's pretty obvious the wrists are on ball joints as well. Right. 2 points of articulation in the waist. He does have that ab tilt, crunch. You can see there. And a good amount of tilt. As well as swivel at the waist itself. For a big guy, this thing is posable as all get out, and he's heavy too, but he's not a top heavy, bottom heavy. It's really balanced. Looking at the swing here in the hips, really good range of motion, not so much to the back, but to the front good. Full thigh swivel, double jointed knees, so that's pretty cool there. Right, now taking a look at the feet, the ankle tilt on this thing is just incredible. Take a look at that. And then it actually extends a bit so you can get a further range of motion. Also, the front of the foot does come forward, which is nice for those walking, running poses and stuff like that. Speaking of different poses, take a look at the Pictorial review on kumastyle.com as well. Click the info button on the upper right hand corner there. Check it out. And you'll notice the magnetized forearm armor right there. They are tight magnets, so don't be worried about that. They do come off for a reason though. It uncovers the battery switches and things like that for some of the light gimmicks. We'll go over that in a little bit, but don't be too worried about that. They are going to move around a little bit, but they don't just fly off or anything. The magnets are very strong. Alright, getting them into a repulsor-ish pose here. And speaking of which, when it comes to these reviews and stuff like that, whether it's at pictorial.com or right here, let me know what you think of these guys, what I can do to improve, etc., etc. You know, your feedback means a lot. Just checking out that pose there. Now taking a look at the stand, it comes full assembled, but that middle piece does come out, and the corners actually disassemble for some reason too. I don't know why, but like I said, that part comes assembled. Comes with the base. You have 4 options of where to put it, like it matters. Symmetrical. And then third piece is the stand itself. Now it has 3 points of articulation there. They're all pretty tight. But keep in mind, this is a heavy figure, so be careful. Make sure to hold on to it while you're posing. Don't just trust the stand and things like that, but just getting it into a basic position there. And I do like that they gave him a specific stand. Now, that clips into that taint area there. It does clip pretty tight. It's trustworthy. So just kind of pre-posing him and stuff like that. He is a bit heavy to try to pose and move around while he's already balanced and stuff like that. I wouldn't mess around a lot. If you want to repose it and stuff, take it off first. That would just be my recommendation. Just put the stand into a position where it's balanced, and there you go. Something basic. Have some more pictures of it on the grid. Gimmick time. This is where it's fun. So you can see his helmet there. You can see the range of motion that it has. But what's really cool is it actually comes up and reveals the bleeding edge Iron Man on the inside. Alright, and he does have that kind of holographic plastic piece there. You know, so you can see all that graph stuff, kind of like the movies and things like that. But there it is with the helmet up. Alright. Head actually has full posability, which is really cool. And note that this version of the Bleeding Edge armor is actually a different paint scheme than the other. Now, this is cool. Push this area down, bam, cockpit opens. This is really neat. Reveals a bit more of the Bleeding Edge armor there. But like I was saying, yeah, this one's actually painted to match the Hulkbuster armor, where the regular Bleeding Edge release, I believe it was their first one. That's more of a candy tone. And you saw I took that back piece off there. Got some switches. That's the light gimmick. One of 6, 7 on this piece, I believe. I'm not sure. I think it's 6. There he is, all lit up. You can see both his eyes and his chest light up. Same lights used for Hulkbuster himself. And you just push down on those shoulder pieces there, the collar pieces, to get them back. Alright. And if you have a problem with the lights, it doesn't look lit up enough under the main Hulkbuster eyes, just tilt his head up or down, the Bleeding Edge armor. Now we're going to go more over the lights. You saw the switches in the back for the back thruster, as well as the chest and eye light. So those were 2 of them. And these switches do say on and off on them and things like that, so you will know when your battery's dead in case you forget which way is which. They do come with batteries pre-installed as well. Really bright lights. What's cool is that these back, I don't know what they are, but energy packs, they're actually holsters for the batteries. Really cool. And they plug in. So you can see I unplugged them there. The lights turned off. It's just awesome. Now we can actually take that forearm armor off. So there's a switch there that you flip up just to unscrew and get to the batteries and things like that in the forearms. You have to unscrew the ones on the feet as well that we'll go over. But I flipped that switch there. You can see. Did the other side here. And these are good bright lights too. They did a fantastic job. Just like all the other ones. This is a great toy. I know it sounds like I'm waxing it up and stuff like that. No, this is just incredible. I mean, look at it. It's so cool. Good strong joints, die cast. It's just cool. So we're taking a look at how the batteries go inside. And the instructions lay out really well. If you have to replace these batteries, type the way they go in, what's up, what's down. It's perfect. So don't be too worried. But I just wanted to show off this because the way they plug in is awesome. The engineering on this thing is awesome. It's really cool. All right, get that top put back on. Plugging things back in. Alright. So that's all the lights on the upper body, but he does have a couple on the feet there. Not the feet, but the legs. Just showing off how bright they are. Alright, so you can see the switches there. So 1 and 2. Now that's kind of cool. It adds to that exposed knee joint there. You see he has thrusters on his calves too. And those pieces below the thrusters on the calves, they actually flip back. The little panels there to give some more movement to the feet. I forgot to go over that, but and we can check out all the lights. Just get them balanced there. It's a first world problem, but still, just to note something, his joints are so sturdy actually that for the feet, for example, I actually have to pick him up off the ground to tilt the feet and things like that. So it takes away from some of the, I guess, on the spot playability. You have to do a lot of pre-posing and things like that. So just be prepared. Joints are that tight. All right. You can see how bright they are. The lights are completely off now. At least my studio lights are. So crazy. I don't even know how to describe these. They're like flagrantly bright. It's crazy. It really is. So, getting my lights back on there. I want you guys to see how it looks with the cockpit exposed too. And they shine way brighter. Boom. There you go. It's just plain awesome. This thing is so cool. And it comes with the batteries pre-installed and everything like that. So, taking a look at him with the rest of the crew, left to right, we've got the Extremis armor, Bleeding Edge, of course the Hulkbuster, Iron Patriot, as well as the War Machine. So in order, Bleeding Edge, Extremis, Iron Patriot, War Machine, Hulkbuster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, just to do a size comparison here, we already know he's just under 9 inches tall, but so you can see how he scales to the rest of the line. These are 7-inch scales, so unfortunately they're not going to scale perfectly with like your Marvel Legends and stuff like that, but you know, do what you gotta do. Sometimes it's just what looks good. Just reconfirming the size here, moving back a little bit. Again, just under 9 inches for Hulkbuster, and if you look across, War Machine's about 7.5, and Iron Patriot is just around 7. The Stark armors are all around the same height. Now there's another line that Sentinel did. It's the Armorized Iron Man. That's actually about 6.5 inch scale, so it's a bit smaller than these guys. I don't know why they made him completely off scale. And there you go. This is the whole line, man. This is awesome. Again, this is Sentinel's re-edit number 5, Hulkbuster. I'm TJ. This has been another Kumastyle review. Check out the full written and pictorial review on kumastyle.com. 20 plus high-res picture. I give it a thumbs up. Buy yours at thetoysource.com. Link will be in the description. Time to chill. Subscribe. Free. Instagram, Kuma_photos. Like us on Facebook. Just go to the search bar. Type in Kumastyle. My page is going to come up. I really appreciate you guys watching, and see you next review.